This is the first part of a two-part series. The first part is going to be focused on educating you on how you can buy from something called a centralized exchange. So in the world of cryptocurrency, there are two ways that you can become exposed directly to owning a cryptocurrency. The first way is called a centralized exchange, and the second way is called a decentralized exchange. So the reason why you would use a centralized exchange is basically as what we call an on-ramp liquidity, which means that certain exchanges are approved within certain states and countries in order to actually allow people, everyday investors, retail investors, to become exposed to cryptocurrencies directly from their banks. The reason why this is important is because there's over 10,000 cryptocurrencies out there, and on the centralized exchanges, how they basically work is a centralized exchange has a governing body. They have a group of people. It's basically a business. It's basically a bank. And what they do is they allow you to deposit money from your bank account into their exchange, and it functions very similar to the way that a trading platform works, where they basically allow you to deposit cash into their account, and once you've deposited cash, you can then buy cryptocurrencies. Once you own a cryptocurrency and you brought it from one of these centralized exchanges, you can actually then send that to either a separate address where you can actually store that information and keep it so that it's not on any exchange. You actually are saving it. And we're going to discuss a couple of videos from now how you can actually store your cryptocurrency if you don't want to hold it on an exchange, which is highly recommended. And another reason why you may want to buy a cryptocurrency from a central exchange, it allows you to then send that cryptocurrency to maybe a smaller exchange or to the decentralized world where you can be exposed to many more assets such as NFTs and other crypto assets, or even meme coins. So in the next video, we're going to actually show you how you can actually buy a meme coin on a decentralized exchange. So as you know, it's the biggest players here are really Coinbase and also Kraken and Binance. One stepchild mention that I want to mention in this is that there are exchanges like Robinhood where you can actually buy crypto assets like Bitcoin, Ethereum. The problem with Robinhood is that you don't actually have access to transferring those assets from Robinhood to a private crypto exchange or to a private wallet or to a private address. You don't have the ability to do that. Everything is owned directly through Robinhood, and all you really have the ability to do with them is to either buy and sell, but you can't actually own the digital rights to that property. It's owned by Robinhood. That's been my experience, and that's really where I don't get involved. Now, it's also important to note that these are what I consider mainstream exchanges, which means the majority of people, especially new investors or people who don't really want to do too much in-depth investing, they're usually on just these central exchanges, but they're not actually involved in anything more than that. And what a lot of these investors don't realize is that they're actually missing out on great opportunities, because in crypto there's over 10,000 different assets, and a lot of them are not tradable on big exchanges like this. As a matter of fact, there's a rhythm in the industry where you should buy a smaller asset that's just come out or it's got great potential and it's not listed on many different exchanges. You should buy that asset on a smaller exchange or even from the decentralized world, and once it actually gets listed on somewhere like Coinbase or Kraken or Binance, it's called a Coinbase effect. Once it gets listed officially on Coinbase, for example, what happens is millions and millions of dollars gets flooded into that project, and the price as a result just skyrockets. It can go from 10 cents to $1 within a space of a few hours of literally just being listed. And that's what a lot of crypto investors who got rich do. They put their money on Coinbase from their bank, buy a cryptocurrency from Coinbase, transfer it to a smaller exchange, buy into a smaller crypto project, and then wait. And then obviously over a period of time, if that small crypto project has enough traction and they get a lot of popularity, what happens is big exchanges like Binance and Coinbase will want to list them. And once they get listed, the person who was actually holding that small crypto project can easily turn $1,000 investment into $100,000 investment overnight. And that's how a lot of people get rich with cryptocurrencies. So what I am going to do is I'm going to show you how you can actually buy your first cryptocurrency using Coinbase. Before we resume the video, if you still need a personalized discussion, schedule a one-on-one call with us at decryptcrypto.net and we'll be here to support you on your journey. With that being said, let's get back into the video. So if you've not actually signed up to Coinbase, I strongly recommend you do. I'll leave a link in the description where you can actually use that to sign up and you'll get a $10 credit. With that being said, the first crypto asset that I'm going to buy is not going to be Bitcoin. It's actually going to be Solana. And the reason why I'm going to buy this crypto asset Solana is because I'm going to also show you in the second video, the DEX exchange, how you can actually use Solana to buy meme coins on DEXs pretty much. So I actually need to add funds because I actually don't have anything in Coinbase. Let me load up my account. I'm going to put in $15. Okay, let me explain each one. This is what is going to come from my bank account. This is what the cash value amount is in US dollars. And it's going to be available for me to trade on Coinbase instantly. And it's going to be available for me to send in 8 days. To actually explain these 2 points, they're very, very important points. So what happens is, if I want to deposit cash into Coinbase, I have to wait 8 days before that transaction is technically settled on Coinbase before I actually can send that money to somewhere else, before I can withdraw that cash back to my bank, or before I can actually, if I brought a cryptocurrency, before I can actually send that to another exchange. So if I deposit into my Coinbase account $15 right now, I'm able to trade that instantly. So I can buy on Coinbase only, nowhere else. I can actually buy with my US dollar Solana or whatever crypto asset is available for me to trade on Coinbase. And you can see there's a full list here where you can look into that. However, if I want to send my cryptocurrency to offload it from Coinbase into a hardware wallet or to another exchange or to maybe a decentralized wallet, then I wouldn't be able to do that until I wait a period of 8 days. I don't know why that is. I guess it's just the regulation behind it, but it's an 8-day waiting period before I can do any of that. So with that being said, all you do is add funds. For this case, I'm just going to add $15 and then let's just go through this process. You can see here, add cash now. Wait a second. So that should be available now in my account. My account is loaded for $15. What I can now do is I can actually, let me show you how I got into this option. So it's going to show you your portfolio. All you do is just go to the spot section, click on advanced trading if you see the simplified version, select the cryptocurrency you want to buy. So for me, I would like to buy Solana. And with Solana, what I'm going to be doing is I'm faced with these 3 options, how I want to buy. So because for the purpose of this video, I actually want to just get this done instantly, I'm going to buy at market price for $15. Before I do that, let me just explain the limit price. So let's just say that I think that Solana is going to go from $96 to $85. What I can do is I can put my limit price to say that the maximum I'm willing to spend on this is $85 and I want to risk 100% of my capital. In this case, it's $15.74, and in return what that's going to buy me is Solana, and the amount of Solana that I should be able to buy is 0.184. So just to kind of explain that, 0.184 is worth about $15.74 worth of crypto at a total price for one coin for $85, right? And remember, the prices of cryptocurrencies fluctuate. It could be $10, could be $50,000. But in this case, if the price of Solana goes down to $85 and I buy $15 worth of that, I would receive 0.184 Solana. The subtotal for the order is going to actually be $15.68 because they need to make a fee. This fee is substantially lower than if you were to do this on the classic mode of Coinbase. They would charge you much more and you can test out yourself. So let me actually flip to a market order. So you have 2 options. You can manually put this in. So whatever your account balance is, in my case, it's $15. The other option I can do here, if I just want to do this super quick, I can just say, okay, well, 50% is what I want to buy as opposed to my full $15. So let's actually go ahead and purchase this, okay? Because I know you've been waiting for it, but that's pretty much it, right? So my order's just gone through and I'm just waiting for Solana to come in now. So I actually did have to refresh this just for it to show my balance. It was showing 0 before, but you can see here I actually have 0.154 Solana. And yeah, that's that's it. I used my entire $15 and I'm happy that I now own 0.154 Solana. What I'm gonna do in the next video is actually now interact with the decentralized exchanges and how you go from Coinbase to that decentralized exchange. Stay tuned for that one, more to come.